convention, the Republican convention, did they have a place for that? Does that in Utah County again?
Probably.
UVU?
I don't know that they said.
Okay.
Sure. At least I haven't seen that.
Okay. I know they've done the one in South Jordan a few times last year.
Yeah.
Kyle, come on up. Do you have some planning and zoning that we are approving?
Yes.
How are you today? Day home over.
It is. It's different meeting with you guys in the
Afternoon.
afternoon. See, everyone's home for their naps, and so it's quieter. You thought you'd have more people here, but.
Doesn't matter what time, so far.
Yeah, correct. It's busy no matter when, right?
All right, go ahead.
So, we have 3 individuals for 3 seats. Our seats that are up are Corey Beebe. Corey filled a 1-year term last year, or this year, from Kobe Blackner's term, and so he's requesting for a 3-year full term. Corey did a great job. Really, really great job. It's good to have an individual in there that knows his stuff pertaining to roads and accesses and things like that. So, yeah, for sure I would recommend Corey to serve on a full term. We twisted his arm a little bit to
Get him there
get him to, well, not to get him to be on the board and then to accept for a full term again, just obviously he's busy and that, and so, but he accepted, and so I think it'll be very good to have Corey on a 3-year term to be there. Next one, Candace Kessler. She would be filling a 1-year term of Mitch Dalton, who has stepped down because he's the girls' basketball coach at Milford High School. She has the credentials. I think she is not going to shy away in asking questions, and that's what we want, right? We want individuals to be able to give opinions, not take the same opinion as everyone else on the board, and that's kind of why we want diversity on the board. That's why we want individuals that are going to interact, study, and know what's coming. And so I feel she would do a really good job in that regard, filling that seat of Mitch. Mitch has done a really good job. It's unfortunate that he couldn't stay with us longer because of girls basketball, but
his direct conflict, I talked to him about it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it's just like his time, he would miss 6 months.
Correct, and that's kind of what it comes down to. Our bylaws talks about how many you can actually miss and that, and he's like, I don't want to do that to the county. I don't think it's fair.
Right.
But anyways, so for sure, we're gonna miss Mitch. He did a really good job in coming and asking good questions and knowing what was happening on the board. So there's that one. Again, Candace would, or Ms. Kessler would fill the 1 year left on Mitch's term. And then the last one is Sheila White. Sheila actually served with Garfield County Planning and Zoning for 6 years. Kind of the same thing, once I found out that she had served, I went and did a lot of arm twisting and asking her if she would be willing to serve again. The issue with Garfield County, she lived in Escalante, would drive an hour and a half to the meeting every night. She's like, most of the time the meeting didn't even last an hour and a half, and so I ended up driving 3 hours for a meeting and so I said, well, yeah, you live in Beaver, it's only a 10-minute drive, 5-minute drive, and so I think she would do very well on the board. She has owned, managed, ran different tiny homes, apartment buildings, kind of that entrepreneur side. I think, again, where she has the experience of 6 years in another jurisdiction, I think it would be very, very beneficial to have her on there as well. And if all of these are approved, we would have 3 women on the board, which would be the most ever. And so I think it would be, again, very, very good. I told Carrie Ann Jarvis, our chair, that we would maybe have 3 women on the board, and she's like, well, we may get something done then. And so I said, don't hold your breath, Carrie Ann, but, and so, anyway.
Aw, Commissioner, are your feelings hurt?
So.
No, we're waiting.
You know how things work. I never would say that ever.
At least not on a recorded meeting, right?
I would agree with that 100%.
Anyways, yeah, I know, I've done a little bit of research. I think the most we've had is two women at one time. And again, I think it would be very beneficial for the individuals that we have on there, more diversity on kind of helping the things of the county grow forward and move forward. So, questions?
Whose seat did Sheila?
Oh, my bad, she would be a 3-year term. So it's Brian Graham. Brian is stepping down. He just had hip surgery, about a week ago. There's some other, personal things, right now, probably here in the near future. He actually said when some things change, he would want to come back and serve. He's only served 4 years, I guess, 4 or 5 years, or just over a term and a half maybe. He's filled a term, and so, and Brian has done a very good job in doing research and coming into our office and asking questions and that, and so.
He's been great.
It's some personal things right now with him is why he didn't renew or reapply. But I think again in the future he probably will. So.
Okay.
I think that's great
Yeah.
on all of them.
Did you have any other applicants or just those?
Just those 3. So
Makes it pretty easy then.
it makes it
I like that.
really easy, I guess.
We don't want it to be an arm wrestle.
No.
Correct, and we don't like to turn people down as well. So
Yeah, not twisting.
that's kind of what it was.
That's the way it's been every single time that I've been around, is trying to talk somebody into doing it, but I like the fact that you've found people that are qualified.
Yeah.
I mean, that are interested, willing to serve, and even if they're interested.
It's always sad to see the ones go that have been on there and you know what kind of a job they do. And
Correct.
what their interests are, but getting new people is also important. So
Yeah. And
this will be good.
I think talking with the individuals, with Sheila and Candace, both of them have already expressed interest in getting the ordinances, even if they don't make it, just to start looking over things. And I was like, yeah, awesome. That's what we want, right? If you're not even on the board yet and you're still willing to start looking at zoning maps and ordinances, that's exactly what we want. Take the initiative, so when the time comes, people, I mean, what the good and bad with board members. And so when you have individuals that show up and know what's going on, it makes the people that are sitting right here seem like we know what we're doing. And that's always a good thing compared to...
So either they care a lot about what they're getting into, or they have a hard time going to sleep at night.
And that's what I said. I said, yeah, we'll send some stuff to you, but it may put you to sleep. And so if you have insomnia, this might be a good thing. So.
No, that's good. They want to study and find out exactly what they're... And it is intimidating when you sit up here for the first time and you don't know what's going on. So that's good. They want to put forth the effort.
It is, for sure. So.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to.
So do we need 3 individual motions, or can we do it all in one?
We do it all in one, we can do a recommendation from them.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that, we appoint all 3 of these, Corey Beatty, Candy Kessler, and Sheila White, sorry, I wrote too many notes there, to the planning and zoning board for full terms, right, all 3 of them are full terms.
Candy was the one.
Candy's the
Candy's
one,
the-
one
that's
year.
right, just
Yeah,
fill in.
she's filling
First
in.
batch.
For
So
fish,
just-
okay, sorry.
That way, we have to have so many a year.
So Candy for a one-year term, and then Corey and Sheila. Is
Full years, yeah.
Brian on the end of his term?
Correct, he was on the term, he just didn't renew a
Okay,
term.
all right.
Right, so.
Okay, got a motion?
I'll second that.
Any other questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Make it unanimous, you'll let them know, I assume?
we have.
We let them.
No, so you, Stephanie would usually send a letter of,
Jen, did you know that?
in May, so I kind of mentioned it, reminded her already, it's kind of a basic letter that we send out, so.
Okay. Perfect, you gonna stay for this next one?
Yeah.
RMA between Rototherm, let's see, we gotta call Michael really quick here. Is it 8, you know?
It is.
Michael?
How are you?
Hi, this is Commissioner Hollington, we're in a commission meeting here, thanks for joining in with us.
Thanks for inviting me.
You bet, I got the commissioners here, and Jen, and Vaughn, and Ginger, and Kyle's here with us, so we're gonna talk about this road maintenance agreement, correct?
Perfect, yes, please.
Do you want to lead out, or have Kyle lead out, what do you want us to do?
It's up to you, Kyle, I can go over it if you want.
Yeah, if you just wanna go over a little bit, and then I can fill in any voids that you missed, so.
Sounds good. So we're proposing on drilling our first two pads north of Milford, and we're interested in using the geothermal plant road, and then north onto the Antelope Road to the beginning of the Spine Road. So we are just asking for an RMA for that portion of the county roads. And I believe we submitted a map, Kyle?
Yeah, we're going down to it, hopefully, no.
No map, just video.
So, yeah, there was a little bit of change from the original, road maintenance map and agreement that we were looking at, which is kind of better on both sides. You're coming in, like you said, off of that south end of, Antelope Point Road, and off of those. I know you've already discussed some access points with Smithfield, correct?
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Smithfield, we already have the BLM, so Smithfield, the BLM, and the county, and we're there.
So, yeah, it's, similar to what we currently have on all of those agreements with Smithfield and all the other companies out there, Forge, off of using that access point, so nothing out of the ordinary, I would say, from what Corey and I discussed on this road.
Corey is
maintenance
aware of
agreement.
this.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just emailed the map to Jen as well.
You're going backwards.
I'm not scrolling that direction, so I'm not sure why Google Earth wants to mess with me today.
Well, he knows that.
Yeah, the area is on page 7, Jen.
You have it on your email, or you're not logged in on your email?
I'm not
are
in
you?
my email, I'm not gonna be able to pull that here today, but I do have this description, and I'm working on Google Earth to pull up that map.
Okay.
Somebody flips the mouse, and so when you scroll down, it actually scrolls in.
That's a neat trick.
It is a mean trick. I wonder who planning and zoning would do such a thing.
No, it's actually, because I use my own computer, because that is the crazy way. I can't say that out loud, because my secretary does it that way, and so every time I try to use hers, I go the opposite as well. So I know how you feel, Jen, but, yeah, it's,
Give me just one more second, I'm getting a lot closer, I promise.
Corey is aware of this and understands.
yep, Corey's, talked about it, and, yeah, again, it's pretty much the same, like he said, we have, this will be the fourth, company going through this road area, and so,
Okay.
nothing out of the norm. So besides, like I said, at the beginning, there was a little bit of, the proposal was a little bit different. It's been changed now. It makes more sense, to go this way, and so.
Hey, Michael, this is Commissioner Yardley. You said, you would just use it to the spine road? Or does it go?
Correct.
On the application, it says you'll use the Antelope Point Road until it reaches the county line.
So we were originally wanting to access from the north,
Yeah.
and Kyle was very helpful and suggested that we come from the south because the north road coming through Millard is not a great road during the winter.
Yeah.
So we adjusted our access, so we were coming from the south.
Okay.
Am I in the right
You are,
general vicinity?
Yeah.
Right in that area is where it's located, Jen, so, yeah. You can kind of see that road from the north, that's outside of our parcels, that was going to be used, and again, it makes more sense. The wear and tear that they are going to have on it, it's not gonna be any different than, like I said, the other three companies using it, so it just makes sense to come in from the south.
Well, and all the traffic's gonna be coming through Milford anyway, right?
Most all of the traffic, correct, yeah.
For construction or
Yeah.
whatever else.
And even if they came in from the north, they're probably gonna use, right, that geothermal roadway
Yeah.
anyways, so.
I think that other access road, because I talked to Michael about this too the other day, the access road that comes off of the highway itself, that's not an optimal road.
No.
Especially not trying to, I mean, it's tentative at best.
For construction purposes, yeah, you wouldn't
No,
wanna be
no.
using that access point at all.
No.
But, like your everyday employees or something, I mean, they could, depending on the time of
Well,
year.
there's a lot of those pig farm guys that come in that
Yeah.
road, but not if it's wet.
Correct, I was gonna say, if there's any moisture on the
Stuck out there in
ground,
an
people,
alkaline mud flat in a heartbeat, so.
people don't use that. I know, yeah, anyways.
Okay, any other questions for either Kyle or Michael?
No, I think this looks good, I think it makes a lot more sense.
I'll entertain a motion then.
I'll make a motion, we approve the RMA with Rototherm.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thanks, Mike, appreciate it being on today.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Thanks,
See you
Mike.
guys in January. Bye.
All right, thanks, guys.
Are you done, Kyle?
Thank you.
I haven't checked fully the
You guys
agenda, but
don't
I'm,
think you're on the hot seat anymore?
I believe I am.
You're
so.
free.
I think you're
Sweet.
good.
You're free to be dismissed.
Thanks, Shazam.
Maybe he's not yet. Just kidding.
By my count, you are, what they wanna do.
Unless you have something else to share with us.
Thanks for coming in. Have a wonderful Christmas.
No, I'll tell the planning and zoning.
Merry
I'll-
Christmas from
I'll
all
send
of us.
them your love tonight, and,
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What time does your thing start?
6:30.
I don't know, we might just show up.
We might. He's like, dang, I thought it'd be busy.
No, you guys can come out, that way you guys can give the
We'll come out and have
speeches
the
and talks and all
just say
that.
hi, goodbye.
Next year, you guys need to eat during, or do this during your normal and have lunch, and that way you can then come to dinner and like, we'll fatten you up really well next year, so.
Just what we need.
Might be all blood and guts tonight, we might not be very presentable.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. According to my agenda, we do have the Civic Plus, but that's not, Stephanie was going to present that, but it's
Yeah,
not here tonight,
let's
so.
table that till January, if
we'll
that's
table
all right.
that.
Thank you, Ginger.
Consider signing MOA with Mental Health Resources for first responders. Is that you, Ginger?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, it says your name.
Or was it supposed to be Heidi?
No, it's
or Cody, or Sheriff Black. Well, he was here a minute ago.
That's okay.
Yeah, but
I got
but
it.
nobody told me he was on the agenda.
Yeah, he sent it to me, so I can take care of it.
Okay.
Okay, so what you have is an agreement with the state of Utah. It's an MOA for an $80,000 grant for mental health. And it's been approved. Les Whitney put in for this, got it approved. We just need your signature on the agreement in order for them to disperse.
This is also the one that they passed the law that required it.
Correct.
But the state would also fund it, so.
Correct. For first responders and,
And isn't it also tied to the app that,
no, but it could be. I mean,
I think
it can be used for that,
It
yes.
can be used tied with that app,
yes.
if I understand it right, and
I
that's.
know that they are doing some health evaluations and things like that, so.
We can look at it, check it out.
Yeah,
Oh, it's right there, I thought it was.
yeah, it was in the packet.
So will these funds be used for 2023
Correct.
expenditures, I guess?
Yes.
Okay. We won't.
I built it into the budget for
Okay.
2024.
For 2024?
Yeah, not past.
Like, it,
Not past,
It's in the
a-
future, it's for the.
yeah, like they
Okay.
will they probably won't even disperse it till probably January,
Okay.
so. Because I asked that question, whether we need to amend this current one, or can we build it into for 24? And he didn't think by the time the agreement got signed that it would not even fund until 24 anyways. So that's why we decided to just build it into 24's budget, sign it today, so our portion of it is signed, and then they can disperse, and then they can use it for what's needed.
Yeah, I don't think they even put their own money in the account until July, this last year, so. And then trying to get all their ducks in a row.
Will this be a one-time grant, or is this an annual?
I think it's gonna be annual.
I think it's gonna be ongoing until it's not.
Until it's
Until
not,
the
and then
funding
it's
comes out.
unfunded mandate again.
Okay. So we better make sure we
Yeah.
get it while we can and
Yeah.
go for it,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the MOA.
Perfect. Got a second?
I'll second that.
Any other questions? If not, all in favor?
I,
Aye.
I'm gonna have it sent forward to Ginger. Next time on the agenda is also Stephanie, RRCI.
Yes, and I can talk a little bit
Okay.
about this one. So our RCI is one of the services that is offered here in Beaver County. They lease space from us in the old hospital on the business end. They faithfully pay 6 months ahead every 6 months. So this is bringing that lease agreement just to renew for the next 6 months. Standard lease, what we've always done. You can see here that the rent, $1,050, utility is $150. And again, like I said, RRCI is one of the best tenants that we have, just by way of payment and by way of, he's continually in the building, which is super nice. He uses the building more than anyone else. It's a really nice service to have for the folks, the elderly folks in our community who are looking for any kind of assistance with applications for wheelchairs or accessibility measures. He has been a fairly active member, attending our economic development board meetings. Their leadership team is getting a rehaul, so there's a potential that we could see the partnership with RRCI shift to another person. But Frank has always said openly that he loves this job and he loves working for the people here in Beaver and Miller County, so.
Awesome. How many are currently being rented out of there right now?
Currently, we have 2 actively leased and paying,
and 4 open.
and 4 open. I like to mention those spots as we have businesses who are looking to locate here, if they need some space to get them up and going. The other thing that I would like to entertain is Colette Cox's office. She's up here about once a week, and I feel like it would be worth her time to have an office space, so we may look at what that might look like with the state governor's office of economic opportunity. also, so she can get some other work done while she's up here
Yeah.
helping us with stuff.
We really need to get them advertised and filled up again, because there's no use them just sitting there making
Yep. I can
Maybe
put
it's
that on my
active-
list of things to do.
active advertising.
Would it be appropriate for me to put an ad in the newspaper? Is that something that you're okay with me doing for those spaces?
I hate to put money into that. I think we can do social media and our website for
Okay.
sure.
Sure.
Yeah, the
That
website should
should
be good.
be-
Kind of where your website here, but.
Just put office spaces
Yeah.
available and.
Well, and I would love to see the office with Colette. I mean, I see that we could have a flex office, right, where GOEO or Stephen Lisenby or partners from SUU, or even if somebody from the governor's needed like a space for something.
They almost had a congressional office.
So,
Almost, but she's going to Richmond, so.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, that's what I said.
but we could certainly use one office as flex space, so I will look into that option and make sure that it's available and bring you an opportunity for that.
Yeah, because she needs one Thursday. She's gonna use the classroom Thursday.
I was gonna say, we can put her, I can have our team pull some furniture and put something together if you'd like.
She just wants a table and chairs. Well, she's good.
He's good. He's good. Do you have the lease agreement printed out so I can sign it?
I don't, but I can get it done.
Okay. Any other questions about the lease? And that current lease is what's,
Actually, Commissioner, we can put your electronic signature on this one if we can get the motion made.
okay.
Well, those guys they've been good tenants, and he's a faithful attendee of our LIC meetings and stuff. He goes to all that kind of stuff too, so.
He's a great community partner for that, and
Yeah. I'll make a motion that
Okay.
we sign the lease.
I'll second.
Is this a one-year lease?
6
this is
months.
a 6 month,
6 month lease.
correct?
Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're gonna stay just a little ahead of schedule, if that's okay.
Way to go.
Next item is consider signing opioid agreements. That's Counselor Vaughn. I
Yeah,
believe.
that's me. And let me begin with a question. Did Stephanie forward you the email from Walter Mason?
Yes.
Beautiful, fantastic. In a nutshell, you already know this, but let me summarize. There have been 2 additional settlements in the opioid litigation. One with a pharmaceutical company called Mylan Incorporated. The total settlement amount is $700,000. And then a second with another company called Utah Sun. The settlement amount there is $30,000. Hopefully you spotted the distribution agreement in there, giving Beaver County a whopping 0.888% of the total settlement fund. And this is reflective of our state's population. Isn't it interesting to know that Beaver County constitutes 0.888% of the state
Yeah,
population?
but we're noisy.
I
We're
dare-
loud.
Yeah,
We're a rowdy
I feel like we have a presence, right, despite our smaller
Right.
size. I crunched the numbers, that means that of the total $730,000 in settlements, we would be receiving $6,482.40.
And that's total, right?
Correct, from this
From
settlement.
this one, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Our attorney, Mr. Mason, is encouraging this to sign. Have you heard anything from other commissioners about?
I have
plans
not, but
about-
most everybody, the original agreement that we all go down together. So
Okay, fair enough.
it's not worth arguing about,
Okay.
I don't think. I was thinking that there was 3 different ones.
So there were
She
3
sent me
emails,
that.
there were 3 emails. There was
Right.
Mylan Corp., there was Utah Sun, and then the 3rd email was this distribution agreement. And it's the one that sets out our 0.888%. We also have to sign this as well, just acknowledging when we get.
My question was on the one, and I can't remember which one, it had a signature page for us, but we were not listed in the top
Right.
paragraph.
Right. So these agreement forms are weird. Let's start with
I know.
Utah Sun. We're a footnote.
That's it.
So if you see plaintiffs,
Oh,
go down to
okay,
the bottom,
all right.
it says plaintiffs are
Well,
Beaver
that's what I
County,
said, I
Illinois.
saw it in the footnote, but we were not listed.
And then
so
the
I
other
didn't know
one
if that
says
was-
plaintiffs is defined hereafter, and I see us listed on the back on the signature line, but I didn't actually see us defined hereafter, unless I missed it.
And what did you think, Ginger?
Yeah,
I
sorry.
felt like it was for Summit County, and like they're coming into the fold now, is what I felt like.
Okay.
Because it kept
Okay.
naming Summit County.
We kept talking about some.
Interesting, okay. But we are one of the named plaintiffs. In
I
fact,
was
we're the
thinking
first
Summit
on the
was
list.
one of the companies, not the county.
I think Summit was the county.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I think they are part of the parties to it. Just, this is informational. Apparently, there are 7 defendants left in the litigation. Kroger Smiths, Albertsons,
Yeah.
Apotex, Amneal, Hikma, Milan, and
They're gonna be
Sister
very
Companies.
small,
Yeah, yeah,
small part of the,
right. So I think, what I'm looking for with your permission, commissioners, is just somebody to make a motion to authorize our chair to sign the settlement agreements on the opioid litigation.
do you know what this is about?
A little bit. I don't know the full history, but I know it's been going on for
Yeah.
3 years. Is that?
No,
It feels like longer than that.
Feels like
How long?
I said just since last year.
Yeah, it feels like
And we were only dispersed to the,
Well, maybe the dispersal part, but the
Litigation.
original litigation's probably bumped
Yeah,
up 5 years on
Okay,
that.
it feels like it's been a while.
Because it's been a long time trying to negotiate. The problem is that, Davis County was, and see, they're not even on here, they held out, because they figured, you know, they're the highest population, and they figured they were a little hit harder than we were, and then Salt Lake County was the same way, so they, anyway, but the original thing was that if we all stay together, that we would get a better settlement than fracturing off and
Breaking off.
everybody having to pay for their own separate attorney. So this is the group that stayed together, and we said, you know, we've been fighting over it for, at least 3 years. At least 3 years that I know of, but before we ever came to the agreement that we were all gonna go down together.
Just band together.
No, it's not a
It's
ton of
not a
money,
ton of money.
no.
6,000. That'll be on top of the
Well,
other.
even on top of that,
yes, the
it's
attorneys are gonna take
Promised,
their
right?
portion of it. So
off the top, yeah. So, I'll make a motion.
No attorneys. You make motion?
I'll make a motion that we sign it.
I'll second the motion.
Any other questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make unanimous.
Commissioner, yep, you got to sign a little copy for me. I just added it. There should be 3.
Only one.
Uh-oh. Well, I can get you mine.
I don't have one.
You want a governmental entity visa to Beaver County?
Yep, that'd be great. So you did the distribution form, right? Okay.
That's what I.
Ginger, yours is probably better than mine, so there's a distribution form.
I don't have the other
No,
one.
I don't, but
Okay,
then there was
let me get
another
you
one, I
mine.
had a big long signature,
So
whole
let me
bunch of
make a copy of
signatures.
that. Here we go. I'm gonna hand you, this is the one for Sun, Utah. We are,
Should be the very first.
we should be very, there we go. Utah County, right, for Beaver County. I'm gonna leave these with you, Ginger, but I'm gonna scan a copy of this to you that I can forward on to Walter.
Your signature's supposed to be good.
I tried to make it.
One more, Commissioner.
I used to write really good, but that thumb's got arthritis in it, and it doesn't move. Like,
Yeah.
hold the pen doesn't work so well anymore.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll leave these with Tracy.
Yeah, she can send me some too.
Any commission updates do you have before us?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we have a meeting with, Congresswoman Malloy tomorrow morning. On Smithville, stuff and
in Milford.
Yeah, I was gonna try to call it,
Yeah. But,
I will not be able to make it.
cause you're, like somewhere, some beach somewhere.
That's right.
it'd be 5 o'clock somewhere for him.
Yeah.
Settle down. Settle down.
I was gonna say, I need to get on that.
And then, let's see, what else is there? We talked about the legislature. And then I think, Jen got us all booked up on that county day, right?
I got an email saying it was scheduled for it, so, yep.
You put on their calendar that it starts at 11, what time does it actually start?
Did I put it 11? Because I think it
Because
starts
takes-
early.
I know, and I was gonna try.
7 AM.
Yeah, because I think
have
you're doing a
training
break
the day
day.
after, like Thursday, and I was gonna try to like stop on my way,
Those are your stocks.
but I'm not gonna go, I don't wanna go. Stay
Well, I've got a meeting that,
use my budget for,
so I've got a land conservation board meeting at 1 on Tuesday, so I'm gonna go up the day before, so I can do that meeting. And so, did I really? No, mine says 7. Oh, no, it doesn't.
I thought it was.
I've got it on there twice.
And I thought, well, that's good.
I think I put on there just, that was before I even knew what the date,
A
or
placeholder.
the time was, yeah. Yeah. So, and then we had a rural caucus meeting last week for the rural caucus breakfast, Friday morning
Yes.
breakfast.
That's still gonna happen.
Yes, so I signed this up again to be sponsors.
Yeah, I was wondering if, still in the now, if the people running for governor,
What?
with Bill running for governor, if he kind of helps with that one.
Oh, no.
He doesn't? Is it?
He shows up at breakfast
Sometimes. Okay.
sometimes. Yeah, it's downstairs in the house
Yeah.
office building. So we're signed up for that again. And they'll do all 7. Normally you only do 6. That's why I think this last year, the price was like $100 more or something than what it was the year before. It wasn't a big
It
difference.
wasn't enough of it.
No, it's not enough to really worry about, but they normally don't have it that last week.
They just didn't invoice us for months.
I know, well, they had new leaders, new people that are running the
But we
books.
started paying us
I know.
maybe a month ago, and I
Yeah,
was like,
just a month ago. Well, I told him too, because they should have had us pay it in March. But, I don't know if they just didn't have all the bills. But what that entails also is they kind of do some swag stuff like the lapel pins and hats, and then they do they call it the Rural Champion Award for the legislators, so we'll pick, 10 or 15, I think 10 of the legislators that have done good legislation for rural Utah and do the belt buckle. So they did not do that last year, so they are going to do it again this year. But they changed leadership. Jeff Peterson went to, did work for Deseret, and now it's Nathaniel Johnson is the new guy that's running that. Jeff's still been helping. Something else, types of legislation, I can't remember. NACO conference is, the legislative conference is the 10th through the 13th in DC. And I don't know if you guys want to try and.
of January?
February?
Oh, sorry, February.
February?
Yeah, February. I don't know if you guys want to try and do that. We're gonna do while we're there, and just coordinate it, fit it into the schedule. We're gonna do a lunch meeting with all of, reunion of the congressional briefing attendees, where we did that last year.
Summer.
Yeah, but we did it last year during the ledge conference, and we had 3 of the NACO presidents and a bunch of the staffers, and all the Senate and House staffers show up. And it's just kind of a kickoff for the congressional briefing in the summer. So I think we're gonna try and do that on Tuesday the 13th. And that is also the day that we spend all day up on the hill visiting the Senate House people. I'm going to try again to do a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown. So,
That's fantastic.
yeah, Jerry Taylor and I are working on that, but I've got to make a phone call because they're not letting me do it online.
I had to call. Do you need the wreath?
No, to book
Oh,
the
the
time.
road.
You
Oh.
booked the wreath, but I had the time slot, and I
Right.
got that done, and I didn't have any trouble with it the first time, but this time. And so when we were in DC, church
Right,
months ago,
I missed that.
no, it's, I can't even remember who it is. It's through Arlington Cemetery,
Yeah.
you know, so it's like not. But anyway, so I took my granddaughter when we were out in DC, and we went and saw, they only had one wreath the whole entire day.
Wow.
Which was really weird, because
That
they
is
usually
awesome.
do it every hour, and I don't know if it was just,
They change every hour?
yeah. Well, you have the
And they might have
opportunity unless
multiples in
people
that
don't
hour.
show up, I guess, but I'm
They
wondering.
might have multiple in that hour.
Yeah, they might, I don't know, but anyway, they only had one, and I'm assuming it was either a different kind of a country or it was somebody from Hawaii, because they were very flowered up and that kind of like tribal costume. And big old feathers and stuff, and I mean they were leaving as we were coming, but the wreath was sitting on the ground, super cold, windy, horribly windy and cold, but there was feathers all over the wreath too. It was like a very unique wreath. So I'm gonna try and do that, so if you guys wanna be out there.
There you go. Coolest experience
It-
you'll ever have.
Ginger poured the wreath and did all of that. It was awesome. It was just awesome. Anyway, one last thing, I did so I told you about trying to do a display for Beaver County in her china house, right? I gave that to her Sunday, when I went over the meeting. So, anyway, so I did a red burl, I did, the Picasso rock, you know the Picasso marble that's up in Lincoln? Richard Henry did a bowl, I'll have to show you the picture. He did a bowl for me, and then he did a spear out of the Beaver rock. And I got a really brainy idea, whichever.
Mineral Mountains.
It's all about the Mineral Mountains.
Rock hounding is an excellent sport to take up.
It is, oh, cool.
So when I went and picked it up from me Friday, I'm like, because he goes, well, let me put a flat spot on that spear, and I'm like, no. Leave it round. And so I put it in the bowl,
Yeah.
and you spin it, and it spins forward and ever. Like, that thing, that's like a shot put. I'll bet you that thing weighs 10 pounds.
Really?
Like I can't hardly pick.
There are two types of minerals?
Two totally different minerals.
That's cool.
And so.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, it is.
It's pretty.
So it's marble, they're both marble and just so ginger too. So this was my idea, because I told her, I said, this can be your fidget spinner.
Yeah.
Or like your stress ball
Yes,
thing,
yes,
you know,
yes,
and she
yes.
goes, that's going on my desk, that is not going in the cupboard, that's going on my desk. And so then
I
the
bet she
other,
was excited.
she was really excited. So then the other thing I gave, I don't know if you guys know what you're looking at, but anyway, it's a combo off the Mineral Mountains. So it's got the smoky quartz, spessartine, they call it, is the tiny little crystal, there's a fluorite in there.
I always call it full gold.
No, fool's gold, so that's different, that's a different, so.
Okay.
Spessartine, I can't remember what that was, it's the fluorite. So when you look in this is like super, super rare. See, there's the purple,
Yeah.
there's the fluorite.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the white is a whole nother gem. Here's the little tiny, see the little garnets, those are garnets. But he's got a different name for them, they're smoky quartz, and then
You
these.
found that as one chunk?
Oh no, I have a very good friend that has a mining claim up in let's see, where is he? Just below, no, he's, what am I trying to say? Rock Trail.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, but it wouldn't come out,
Yeah.
Anyway, it's right
Heard
there.
rock,
It's right there in the ground, it's right there.
Okay,
And some of the stuff that he has dug out is just blowing your mind, like,
interesting.
but he's so famous for this combination stuff. So there's like 5 or 6 different combinations in,
Rock County.
yeah,
Well, he's mining, it sounds like, but.
yeah.
Yeah, but there is plenty of public lands out there that people can go and find things.
Yeah.
In fact, we actually have a campaign coming from Ramblers that focuses on Rock County, and I get to share with you guys soon.
Nice.
So anyway, so it's kind of a cluster, it's like, it's a grouping, it's not just one thing, and then,
You have to appreciate minerals to really appreciate that,
yeah.
right?
Conversation piece, though,
It's cool, she was super excited. The other thing,
Yeah.
the other thing that is coming is, so one more thing to go with that, because we've got like an 11-inch square space. So in this little grouping, I had to give her a wild horse, you know, so there's a wild horse.
How cute.
And it's cute, I did take a picture of that, I should have taken a picture of that. But, the copper mine is printing off a sheet, a little, like a coaster size 4x4. Piece of copper with her name and Milford Mining.
Oh, neat.
Milford Mining
That's cool.
on it, so it'll be a nice little grouping of that
A little
stuff.
collage of stuff.
Yeah, but then the spinner ball will be on her head. And I said, and you could use it
You
as a
couldn't
weapon.
find a small bale of hay, small bale of hay,
I'm
you
not saying that
could, you know, or a cube.
Use of alfalfa.
But I think I'm gonna have to package it carefully, or it won't make it there.
Press it real good, make sure it's.
I actually thought about that, but with all those rocks, I thought it is gonna be powder by the time you
You
get.
can send her petrified cow turd, you can put that in as well.
You can't believe all the stuff that's coming in, everybody's different ideas, you know, so.
County.
And the quilt's going quite well. Tammy Carter is gonna do the quilt for me, the quilt block.
Oh, nice.
She's super excited, and it's gonna be out of wool fabric.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've designed it, and so just so you know, this is just me, and I told her, I said, tell me if I'm crazy, she goes, well, that's kind of funny, because that's exactly what I was thinking. But how our mountain ranges layer like this, so we've got the train, we've got the tractor and farming, and then we've got cows and cowboys coming off this mountain, and then we've got the windmills for out west, and Milford Water Tower, and then I got up here in the Beaver, the mountains and the ski resort.
Oh, cool.
So anyway, it's not totally designed, it's not done, but that's the thought process.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
anyway, okay,
Okay.
that's all I got going.
One thing I just wanted to mention, the Christmas gifts, Stephanie wanted me to mention this, that the jackets are a little bit delayed. But she will get them and will coordinate with the department heads and elected officials to get those out to the departments. She does have the lanyards and their certificates pretty much ready to go, so the jacket may be here on time, but may not be distributed till next week, but she'll have them ready for them, just so everyone's aware, so. She's done a lot of work on that, so jackets, this shipping and whatever, is just kind of delayed a little bit, so. So we're on that. Okay, I think that's it. Something else, we're gonna do a closed session, for the purpose of discussing real property negotiations. So I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it, Commissioner Pearson, aye?
Commissioner Yardley, aye.